Oh, hi, it's me. I'm back after disappearing for 2 months. Again. If you're returning, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. If you're new, this is a weird video to start on. Just gonna throw that out there. Yeah, I have been back from Turkey for exactly 30 days, and it has been a ride. Let me tell you that, folks. Turkey was great. I had a great time. Some personal stuff happened that was interesting, which sort of threw off the content on that trip. So what we're going to have today is like an aesthetically pleasing set to music journey through Turkey with me. And then I want to have a quick chat with you guys about making tough calls and something that is important when you're trying to like live really intentionally to align with your own values, to align with like the way that you want to live your life, the way that's important to you, so that you can show up as the best version of yourself for yourself and for everyone around you, sometimes involves making really tough calls. And we shouldn't discredit that. We shouldn't discredit how hard it can be, and we shouldn't discredit the value that it can have. I mean, it's the title of the channel, it's the title of the blog, it's basically why I live my life, but you need to be super intentional about how you're living your life. You get one, we get one spin around, and it's important that you make that count and that you treat yourself and the people around you in the best way possible. And sometimes that isn't going to be what you think it is. And so I will catch back up with you guys later to discuss that further. But first, come along on a wonderful journey through Turkey with me. Enjoyed me being an aesthetic piece of trash, as always. It was super nice to spend that time with my family, to get out of the country for the first time since this whole nonsense over the last few years happened. Met some cool people, ate some great stuff, and drank like my own body weight in wine. Turkish wine is great. It's great. Let's talk about making tough calls. Let's talk about what it can mean to go through something hard. And so, like, in full disclosure, my boyfriend and I broke up. We were on that trip. I'm not going to get into the details, other people's personal lives. It is what it is. But the one thing that I want to say is if there's something in your heart, that you know isn't working, that isn't serving you, isn't serving the other people that are involved, then you have to acknowledge that. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to the people around you to be fully honest and fully transparent with them. And when you're not being intentional with your actions, when you are living out of alignment with your values, you'll do things that are not what you would normally do. And you will do a disservice to yourself. The more that you make choices, the more that you live your life in a way that doesn't serve you, that you know in your heart isn't what you're supposed to be doing, you stop trusting yourself. You stop being able to be someone that you can count on and someone you can rely on. And then you stop being that for other people. And that's not fair. The more that you are able to understand who you are, to be really intentional with all of the choices that you make, to do that work, to get to know yourself, to get to know what you struggle with, and to really figure that out and not drag other people along on that journey that you know aren't serving you and that you are no longer providing the best emotional, mental, physical support for, then you need to make the tough calls and let that go. And it can be hard because you're breaking your own heart when you do stuff like that, right? You are misaligned from your values, you become upset, angry, depressed, hurt, all of those things. And we need to be able to understand that there are seasons in life, there are things that will be the most amazing thing that ever happened to you and will become your most precious memories that you're going to have to let go. And you need to do that with honesty and integrity, because when you don't, you do break your own heart. And this is a really tough one. It's hard to let something go. It can be so hard when you've built up an idea, a job, a home, whatever it is in your life that you are clinging to as part of your identity, as part of your sense of self, whatever that might be for you, really examine that. And, I've said it before on here, always be aware of every aspect of your life. Don't do things for the sake of doing what you're supposed to do. My God, stop doing that. Because you don't help yourself. You do yourself a disservice. And the more time that we spend doing what we're supposed to be doing and not doing the shit that makes us passionate and happy and fun and crazy and just out there living your life the way you want to, the way that in here you know is right, I think the darker the world becomes. And we need to be able to hold ourselves accountable and to hold each other accountable to making sure that we are our best versions of ourselves. And I know that can be hard. And it really will come down to just getting to know yourself and understanding what you want out of life. Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What do you want to be remembered for by your friends and family? Like, I don't want to just be someone, oh, she was nice, or smiled at their own. Like, no, I want people to talk about me when I'm gone, that I was passionate, that I was intense, that I lived my life to the fullest extent that I possibly could. I want to show my sisters that it's okay. It's okay to go out there and make mistakes and be messy, but also to live in alignment with your own values. Make the world a better place. Even if it's just one person, even if you just make one person's life better, then you've succeeded. And that's all I want from this channel. That's all I want to have an impact here. Like, well, there's like 24 of you that subscribe to this channel. My videos get like 12 views. But like, man, if one person takes something away from this and goes out there in the world and they feel a little bit better about their day, like, great, perfect. I've accomplished what I wanted to with this. There's a lot of hubris, I think, in sitting in my house, talking to myself on my Instagram stories, doing all that stuff. And it's weird because, like, it is a bit of a disconnect making this content because, yeah, you get comments and stuff like that, but without that, it is just literally me sitting in my house talking about these things to myself. But I do it because I think about this stuff all the time, and I really want people out there living their best possible life. Anyways, as always, guys, this is a short one. I think my next video I'm going to do like an updated apartment tour, a little bit more of a life update. I'm kind of hoping to get some more hikes in. The weather finally turned. We have been in a severe drought on the West Coast, and we had like forest fires into October, which is not ideal. But hopefully the weather's turned and we can get out, have some adventures, and I can take you along for that. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.